Merry Christmas, you filthy animals! Hi, this is Jen from TTPM, and I'm here with a new game from Big G Creative that's based on a true holiday classic, Home Alone. This is the Home Alone game, which takes the storyline of how Kevin outwits the Wet Bandits and defends his home at Christmas into a game. The game is for 2 to 4 players, but it's suggested the first time you play only to play with 2 players to get the lay of the land. In this game, there are 2 sides. It's Kevin versus the Wet Bandits. Whoever plays Kevin is essentially playing defense in this game, using your arsenal of traps to thwart the bandits. Whoever is playing the bandits is trying to steal $2,000 worth of prized loot from the house. To win, the bandits need to steal this amount. If Kevin prevents this, that player wins and the Wet Bandits go to jail. There is a character board for each player. Cards are shuffled in separate piles. Loot and Kevin cards go to the Kevin board along with a paint bucket die. The bandit cards go on the bandit board. Location tiles are placed in a row between the players. Ready to begin? The game is played in rounds with 5 phases to a round. Players start by drawing 6 cards. Next is the loot phase. Kevin draws the top 3 loot cards, revealing them to the bandits before hiding them under different location cards. No peeking, bandits! Next is the Kevin phase. In this phase, Kevin sets traps in the house to thwart the bandits. Place these cards above the location cards as indicated. These trap cards feature different symbols that denote different consequences for the bandits if they run into them and what they need to do to get past them. Symbols include bulbs, penalty costs, paint bucket, and special abilities. You can also use the decoy cards to bluff more trap cards than you actually have. The 4th phase is the bandit phase. In this phase, the bandit selects which location they want to break into. Bandits must pay the break-in cost denoted on the upper corner of the location card. There are 2 types. One, denoted by this symbol, requires the bandits to discard the number of cards shown from their hand, while this symbol indicates they can discard either from their hand or the top of the bandit deck. Once a location card is selected and the cost paid, for each trap card they encounter, there are 2 options. Disarm the traps or pay the penalty cost marked on the card to get around it. To disarm, you'll need to have the cards in hand necessary to get past the trap. If at any point you can't overcome a trap, you'll have to retreat. You can choose to enter a new location or end the phase. There are also certain action cards that you can play at any point during your turn to help overcome a trap. There are 6 of these in the deck, so use them wisely. If a trap card has a paint bucket on it, Kevin rolls the die. If the die comes up with a paint bucket symbol, bandits must discard a card in their hand with that bulb color. Made it all the way to the location? Grab the loot and go. You can choose to hit up another location or end your turn. Phase 5 is cleanup. Discard all the cards used in the house. Players replenish their hands, keeping any unused cards from the last round, and a new round begins. Play continues until either Kevin or the Wet Bandits win. Overall, if you're a fan of Home Alone, this game is a pretty clever interpretation of the best moments and slapstick action from the original Home Alone movie. Gameplay can take a while to get through, especially understanding all the directions and how each phase works the first few times you play. But it does get easier as you go. That's also why it's suggested to start with 2 players at first, but it may be helpful for others to watch as you play this version as well. After that, additional players can join the Wet Bandits and loot amounts they'll need to steal increase. But with 3 cards in each bandit's hand, it does make it possibly easier to overcome Kevin's traps. We also like the fun knit sweater look of the cards and packaging, which is definitely giving us Kevin McAllister meets typical 90s kid in winter vibes. The Home Alone game is for ages 8 and up from Big G Creative. For more on where to buy and current prices, find us at TTPM and subscribe to our YouTube channels for more great reviews every day.